How to live like the integrated mystic. Welcome back to the channel. It is Uncle Makara, and I'm back from my Thailand trip, guys. I feel absolutely transformed. I'm amazed at how many attunements that I could do in such a short amount of time, just 5 days there, okay? And I learned a lot, man, because this is where I grew up in high school, okay? And I really believe that this is invisibly where my spiritual journey first started was in the streets of Bangkok, just seeing the massage parlor girls, right? And going through life, experiencing these Buddhist temples, golden, right? Sleeping Buddha, these images showing up in my consciousness again, going back for my birthday, 31, okay, which is a 4, and 4 is my life path. So it begins now. Okay, 2 days after. It begins now. I call forth all of the seraphim dragon souls. Why am I calling out all the seraphim dragon souls? I'm not talking to you people who use the power of shaitan and the dragon together. Okay, I want nothing to do with you. I'm not associated with you. When I hear dragon, I'm thinking about the most elated righteous dragons. Okay, the seraphims. Seraphim dragon souls, you could call them. A very intergalactic starseed breed with our modern expansion of humanity and technology and so forth. Okay. So very, very powerful. Okay. This is not a dragon agenda. Okay. This is a dragon path. There's a path of Sat, which means truth. But originally, I wanted to speak about kind of giving you a step-by-step process as an adept or otherwise, right? To facilitate your spiritual journey by blending multiple mystical traditions together while remaining grounded and aligned with your own personal truth. This is what Primal Sutra is about, guys. Okay. And I'm slowly starting to understand now that it has a greater purpose. Okay. It has a greater purpose than I know currently, right now. So amazing. Thank you for the like already. I appreciate that. Um, let's get it today. Okay, today's going to be an incredible topic. And this is Orgone October's final battle cry. Okay. So why did I call it that? I called it that to explore this inner state. Okay. So let's do the whiteboard. Shall we do the whiteboard? What do the family have to say? All right, we're doing it. Here we go. As Luigi would say, going down a mushroom. All right, so the integrated mystic. What is integrated about you? You are holistic, you are connected, you are beyond, you live in the liminal spaces between worlds. You are the integrated mystics. You can access 0 points, okay? The 0 point of consciousness. You become a walking Mushin generator, no mind generator. Do you get that? Give me a thumbs up if you get that. Okay. Now, if you look at zero itself, is this not a portal, my friends? Is this not a womb? Is this not um perfection? Okay. Is this not the Akashic egg which needs to crack with the snake coiled around it? Is this not our gateway towards the Akasha? Okay. Some of you are getting chills because you know you're meant to be here, getting this transmission right now. And you've already been doing it. That's the funny thing. You've already been doing this path without you knowing it. Stage one was preparation and foundation, right? Maybe you did some mindfulness. Maybe you did some Zen Buddhism, right? You sharpened your awareness of your thoughts and your feelings. And then maybe you did a breath focused meditation for a while, or maybe meditation for a while, or journaling for a while, okay? And you started to identify what you seek: inner peace, healing, creativity, I want transcendence. And you set a corporate philosophy for yourself, right? So a guiding principle that would reflect, let's say, harmony with the universe is this mantra. Okay, this is just making you aware of the habit of surrendering to the process and knowing that you are part of something greater. Okay, so the mantra goes as follows, very simple. You can type in the chat: I am both the observer and the flow. Okay, this is Taoism, Advaita Vedanta. Okay, together with a little bit of a sprinkle of stoicism, right? Some deity work like Jungian archetypes, okay? And connecting with those archetypes, okay? So now we have stage 2, invoking the archetypes that resonate, okay? So you explore different guides from different pantheons, different deities from different traditions: Hermes for communication, Shiva for transformation, right? And you start maybe creating symbols like psychomagic, as Jodorowsky said, right? We're creating psychomagic. You maybe create a small altar or symbols or sigils, or you create a spell and that you can read, or a prayer that you can read beforehand, right? So you're creating ways to work with chakras and energetic alignment. Okay, I think this is also a part of the stage 2. Okay, so we'll have to say like this together. Okay, so stage 1 is the preparation and foundation, the 0 point. Emptying the cup, understanding maybe I don't know everything. Let me drop that bucket for a second and let me absorb what the universe is there to give me when I silence my mind, my inner chatter. I'm both the observer and the flow. I'm the observer and the observed. Okay, very powerful. Some of you get that. Good. Invoking archetypes that resonate. Okay, like I said, different traditions, different guides or deities. Meditate on how their qualities manifest within you, right? This could be a quick call to action for some of you, right? Why don't you meditate? Like, put on some background music of their choice. Let them guide you, okay? So you ask them, what would you like as a backing track? And they'll give you a specific backing track or maybe an instrumental to play in the background through the meditation, and then they're going to guide you, okay? But sometimes you have to learn how to work with chakras because it's important towards correlating your personal traits or life areas to your energetic structures or chakras, okay? So this is how, like, pranayama or sound baths or something, or walking barefoot in the grass, grounding or earthing as we call it, or salt baths, or it being in salt mines, or all of these different practices. You're learning how the chakras or sephirot in the Kabbalah correlate with your personal traits, with where energy clears exercises that unblock the flow within you. Okay, may the flow be with you, we say. That means it's always been within you, but there's just been garbage toppled upon more garbage, right? More preservatives from things you've seen and ideas that you've held and clung on to, right? This is why attachment creates more suffering, right? So if you can go back to the 0, almost as a way that you rejuvenate and rest, like you've paused the video game and now you're just menu mode, as we call it. Okay, so we gamify our lives in Primal Sutra. So we're aligning your practices with maybe nature cycles too. Elemental rituals in certain portals or seasons, maybe your birthday, maybe a holiday, using moon phases, right? So you're understanding how to use intention setting with wind-based breathing or a fire ritual or like a water tribute to some deity you're working with. So this takes an integration of practices from different traditions. So you got to come up with daily flow rituals. That's stage 3. You got to create a daily flow ritual. It can come from anywhere. Okay, Paidi Lai Jin, Toltec shamanism, Vajrayana Buddhism, okay, Taoist rituals, if you want to bring those in, okay, anything like psycho magic from Hodorowski, as I mentioned, okay. This type of stuff is going to really be therapeutic for you because your energy is going to be clean, bro, or a sharp or a clean, cling, okay, beaming in the room. Okay, not in a look at this, how decorated I've made this egoic character that belongs to I. Okay, no, it's not that. It's let me shine. This is Light Club, bitch. Right? And I'm here to shine. Okay, good. And I think that once you're having daily flow rituals or practices, and you can come up with your own, right? Breath work, okay? You can do ecstatic dance. Maybe you could do some rounds of chanting or mantras, right? Mantra practice or recitation. You can create your own, right? I'm not suggesting any particular way because you're very unique to me, correct? And so, yeah, let's wire in. Let me just reload this for a second. Okay, can you guys still hear me? Okay, cool. So the next thing I want you to notice is the shadow work comes into integration of daily different practices. Okay. You might have a weird past life in Japan, for instance, and suddenly see this weird Japanese deity that comes up during shadow work. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Okay. As Scooby-Doo would say. Yep. It happens. Okay. It happens. Jungian psychology says so. Okay. Don't blame me, man. It's all Jung. Okay. So facing your emotional shadows without judgment, right? Using love and curiosity for yourself. That's what shadow work is, man. It's also really, really deeply Sufist, or it's a process of Sufism, right? Feeling the softness of the heart space, okay? What do I fear most about myself? Journal to that. Journal to that, bro. I'm telling you. What do I fear most about myself? And just let it release this old pattern, just write it down and just burn it or something. You know what I mean? Badass. Okay. Let me tell you stage 4. Living syncretism. Okay. Okay. This is what you got to understand, guys. Okay. Okay. So syncretism is the blending of different religious, philosophical, spiritual, cultural beliefs or practices into a unified system. Okay. So, like, let's say elements of different faiths combined, like in voodoo blends African spirituality with Catholicism, right? Or, when ideas and diverse schools of thought are integrated, like a modern mindfulness practice, you see both elements of Stoicism and Buddhism, right? Or like when various cultures are mixing, we see these old colonial regions where indigenous traditions fused with those of the colonizers, right? So syncretism promotes coexistence and creativity in bridging gaps between seemingly distinct ideologies or customs or traditions, right? This means less war. This means less controversy, but it can be controversial because it sometimes dilutes, the original practices or beliefs. And I think that's one of the arguments against it, right? But I want to know your opinion. What do you guys think of this, right? This idea of syncretism. Let me know in the comments. Damn, join in, tap in. Okay. Because this is about, I believe, okay, action with surrender, right? So karma yoga with the Taoism. So using action, karma yoga, to stay engaged, but releasing attachment to the outcome. So you take meaningful actions without clinging to any results or outcome. You're like, do, and I'll let go. Do it, and then I'll let it go. Do it, and then I'll let it go. Do it, and then I'll let it go. Do. Right? It creates a hurricane, a tsunami. Okay. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Okay. Now I got to share this with the group. Okay. Well, just reading this out of context without watching. Okay. Hey, you're going to get the wrong idea. But anyway, irregardless. Okay. I'm going to share this with the tribe. Oh, we got 111 members, guys. Amazing. Let's get it. Okay. If you haven't joined the tribe yet and you're part of this YouTube, definitely join in, okay? We got little giveaways at times. We have amazing like channelings that we do. Maybe today I'll do a channeling. I'll see how I'm feeling because I'm a little jet lagged still and processing this trip, a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot going back to a place of your high school, your childhood almost in a sense, your teenage years. So yeah, man, do it and then let it go. Do it and then let it go. You take small, meaningful steps without clinging to an outcome. Do it and then gotta let it go. I gotta let it go. Do it, then I let it go. Okay, come up with a song for it, whatever. Do it, then I let it go. And then I let it go. Okay? You can chant a mantra. You can call on spirit guides. You can use incense. You can use music. Whatever you want, man. Right? The world is yours. Wherever you are, the world is yours. Okay? You got to create personalized rituals. That means, right? A mix of mysticism, maybe shamanism, use incense, use music to get into a movement or prayer or meditation that's tailored towards a specific maybe state of mind or frequency. You're tapping into a specific imagery that you're adopting. Okay. This is a way for you to also embody the syncretism, which I believe is step 5. So first you live it, then you embody it. Okay. This is how you can access Satori states. You focus on presence through art, through music, through peak performance, right? Sports. Keep doing that task and you let go of any rigid beliefs around that, doing that task. That's one of the things that I think we all have to practice, right? To embrace the experiences of oneness where moments where separation just dissolves, right? There's no more disconnection. There's just unity, oneness. Okay. So to embody it, we've got to flow into these, we got to flow into oneness or feel into oneness, tap in basically. Okay. We got to feel that on the regular, man. We got to feel good, right? Even though we don't feel good, we can biohack. We can understand how to feel good. This is what it takes to be a peak performance shaman, man. You're not always going to be like 100%, okay? But I can still be 88% and still be a vessel of flow and love, baby. Actually, that's a great mantra, huh? Damn. Boom. May I be a vessel of flow and love. Oftentimes you'll hear back a yes. You become a walking bridge between worlds as the integrated mystic. And this is the outcome. Okay. This is the actual outcome. So now it's like bhakti yoga altruism, right? Earlier is like Vajrayana, you could say this, like flowing into oneness. Okay. Dissolving into the deity itself until I and I, right? That's what they say in Rastafari religion, I and I. It's just me and God, bro. Is there really anyone else? It's God having a game with himself. Wow, that's so fucking poetic and deep, man. That's making my head hurt actually to think about it. So I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to be about it, right? I'm going to embody syncretism. I'm going to teach, coach, maybe share my practices with those who are in this similar path of mine. I call it Primal Sutra. I don't know what you call it. Okay. You might have a word for it. But your life then becomes a living prayer, a living meditation, a living ritual where flow, joy, transcendence, they all harmonize, aligning you with your very essence. Let's begin with the idea that life at its core is just fucking weird, right? It's just absurd. It's strange. So absurdism actually believe that. Okay. You know, the theatrical understanding of theatrical absurdism and absurd theater. The universe is inherently meaningless. And so it's up to us to assign meaning to our experiences. Now, for some, that sounds depressing. But if you're a Satori shaman or a savage shaman or a priest or priestess beast or god or a goddess in training, I invite you to see it differently. If life has no pre-assigned meaning, isn't that liberating? That means you, as the 0 point of consciousness, are able to shape your world, assigning your own meaning and experiencing it fully without being weighed down by expectations or fear of failure. This is the perfect entry point into flow states, which is the optimal state of consciousness. Okay, this is where time slows down, action and awareness merge, everything feels seamless, effortless, flawless. When people try to improve their social lives, whether in dating, friendships, networking, they follow a predictable path. They stick to small social circles. They wait for something to happen. And eventually, maybe I'll just settle down, man. I think I found the one. Okay. Even if it doesn't feel aligned. And why do you keep doing this? Because fear you won't find anything better. How sad. Okay. And I'm not saying that to have pity on you, because in flow terms, you're in stagnation, my friend. You avoid discomfort. You cling to the familiar. And as a result, your social intelligence never evolves. Average outcomes, whether in relationships or life, are often the result of avoiding challenge and novelty that trigger flow states. So flow is a feedback loop between challenge and skill, right? A right level of challenge, right level of skill. Too much challenge, too much anxiety. Too much skill, it's too boring. To achieve social mastery, you need repetition, just like a surfer hones their timing with every wave that they catch. Social mastery requires hundreds, thousands of interactions to start recognizing your patterns again, even if it's just a high. By the time of the 1100th high that you say, right, you will recognize a pattern. There was a specific tone that you could hit that got you the best outcome, and you performed intuitively like an athlete in the zone. You saw the patterns emerge and you just knew, right? So consuming YouTube videos or self-help books isn't enough, bro. An athlete can't perform by watching game footage alone. You gotta be in the field, bro. Even if it's just like on Monkey or something, the online thing, right? You gotta engage in real world conversations and embrace failure as a part of the process. That's the whole key to unlocking flow, right? It lies in your mindset from being reactive to proactive. But many people move through this life hoping nothing bad happens to them, right? I'm going to tiptoe through my interactions, okay? Fearing rejection or judgment. But this is the mindset where you're at the effect of the environment. You're letting life happen to you. But when you access flow, You're on that cause side of things. Think about it. In flow, there's no time to overeat. There's no time to overthink, right? That's so beautiful, right? I'm gonna write that down just for you guys. Bro, so beautiful. So beautiful. Okay. You act spontaneously because you're playful. You're curious. And playful energy is infectious, bro, because people sense it and you're drawn to it because it breaks the monotony of their lives. And here's the secret. When you approach life and curiosity with fun, rejection just becomes irrelevant. It's like so not the point. You know what I mean? Like you're not chasing outcomes. You're learning to enjoy the moment again. And that's so different, bro. That's so different. It's the art of being different. Ooh, okay. Ooh, damn, bro. Is anybody else's brain just getting these blasts of like dopamine hits as I'm speaking? Okay. Is this filling your serotonin reserve, guys? Because it is for me. I mean, I'm having a braingasm right now. But to enter flow socially, you need to do something different, right? Something that catches attention. Because human beings notice what's novel, puzzling, slightly dangerous, even taboo. So in conversation, it could mean the most unexpected thing with confidence and embracing humor without worrying how it's received, right? Hey, Tupac Shakur. Players do what they want, suckers do what they can, right? Moving freely, expressing yourself fully, letting go without the need for that validation. You do what feels authentic in the moment because you trust that this energy will naturally bring in the right kinds of people. And the right kinds of people are the ones who are watching, who are vibing with this shit, right? Maybe they have their headphones in playing like an instrumental music in the background as Uncle Makara spits, right? Believing you deserve what you want. I just gave some of you ideas, I know. Belief or knowing. Know that you deserve what you desire. Know it. Do you know you have two arms and two legs? Okay, it's like you said. Like confidence is the ability to handle challenges that arise. I got it. I got it, bro. I got it. I got it, bro. Okay. You got to align your actions with your desires. Most people self sabotage because they seek external validation still. When you want to feel approved, accepted, and admired, of course, you got to learn how to let go of these attachments, right? You operate from high self-esteem. So then once you operate from high self-esteem, you don't need everybody to like you. You see what I'm saying? You're focused on the joy of genuine connection. Remember, you aren't for everybody, bro. Okay? And that's okay. They say that, if you want to make everybody happy, sell ice cream. But hey, some people lactose intolerant, bro. They got to get that vegan ice cream or whatever. So just as a product isn't designed for every demographic, your presence and energy won't align with every person. We get that. But the realization is freeing, bro, because it allows you to move through interactions smoothly, easily, effortlessly, without attachment to some outcome. It's when you're in the sweet spot, right? When the process itself is the reward, right? So savage shaman results require savage shaman actions, okay? Stepping beyond the comfort zone into your genius zone. Okay. Damn. Bars. Right? Because we asked the genie, which is actually I, and this is the I and us together, I and I, therefore creating the human genome to split in the middle to ask the genie for the three wishes, the Trimurti, the trifecta of Indian gods, Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. We understand the power of the three of the genie, us, the I and the us coming together. I don't know which of my deities is saying this, guys. I have no idea. It's just flowing through. So I just gotta let it speak, okay? So that's the thing, The only way to win socially is to keep moving. You just keep refining your skills. Okay. Some people lost connection with refinement. They don't want to time it. They think they are timeless, but they really reminded of their past beliefs because you know they are so damn blinded. Baby girl, she want to know that I am just astounded every single moment. I feel like I'm open. I feel like an ocean in my heart and it is glowing. I feel like I'm smoking on that hemoglobin. I don't even know how you do that, but maybe it's open to interpretation. I feel realizations in my skin because you know that I feel the meditation in my holy moment. This is just a moment. I will fully own it. Baby girl, she wanna turn into a fucking almond. And I know that I'm allergic, but I gotta get a factor to determine every single time that I go past it, just a vermin. They have got to not interact with me. I'm certain, for certain. We pulling out the curtains. Yeah. And you know that I be working. And you know that my heart is partly perfect. Na, 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 na. Okay, any questions, guys? Okay. No. Good. So flow is the path, it ain't the goal. Okay. People think flow is something you stumble into, like a magical state that just happens, you know? Maybe it'll just happen if we see in time. Maybe he'll make the first move. Maybe he will finally realize what a mistake that he's been making. Okay, however you're trying to rationalize it to yourself, girl. A, it's not about achieving outcomes. Just enjoy the journey. Just enjoy the ride. Okay? The absurd nature of life is your fucking merry-go-round. It's your playground. It's your spinning mandala. Assign your own meaning, bro. Assign your own meaning. This is assign your own meaning to workday. This is assign your own meaning show and tell. Okay, this is assign your own meaning as a tradition. You engage with the world playfully. You step into the world by being fully present. Dot. Present, right? Present, not presents. It's the hiss of the snake, the revolving snake. You guys get that? So whether it's approaching a conversation or even just starting a project or learning a new skill, you know flow will follow. You know flow will follow. Because you're not here for average outcomes like the rest of these normies. You're here to win, and you win by letting go. So let's sum it all up. Life is absurd. The meaning you give it is what counts. Okay. So to be a mystical, syncretic shaman, you understand. Flow happens when you stop chasing, bro. Stop chasing validation. Just act boldly and lean into the moment, the authentic present moment. Many people sell for average outcomes because they fear rejection. But real mastery comes from being playful, different, present. So when you shift from reacting to creating, you attract the right kind of energy. I know you're not even here to play small. Like you're just here to win, right? But you're here to win by letting go, to remember this unconditional love, to be the love, right? To embody the syncretism and be that. Show up to work as that guy, man, because you are. Where's that spiritual baddie? The world's been waiting. Where are they? Be the first one. The world's waiting, right? The world's waiting to see something different, to view it through a different lens. They want guidance. They want leadership, authentic. Okay. Divine masculine, divine feminine nowadays are just words. Are they an embodiment? Are they an embodiment though? Or is it just a heady concept that you're, spewing? Divine masculine by whose right? By whose circumstance? Whose lens are we viewing divinity through, bro? Our own. So divine masculine is authentic masculine, bro. Straight up. It's real. Okay. Full stop. So this is the art of being different, right? Do then let go, do then let go, do then let go. I am both the observer and the flow. Okay. Man, these are all turning into bars, huh? Love it, bro. This is it. High verbal flow tonight, rapper energy tapping in, killing the boy ego, merging with the man ego goals. Yeah, man. Oh, man. Heal 333, many hearts. How would some change a dynamic in his relationship? Yep, present moment is the only thing we have. This is it. On blending archetypes. Okay, what would you want to know about blending archetypes, though? Specifically, like how to do it, or hold on, guys. Okay, getting all sorts of happy birthday messages for weird people that I don't even know. The what the? Okay. Okay. So let's say that you can choose one state of mind, right? Like let's take, for instance, courage. Okay, let's use courage for an example. So you got to have a theme first, bro, right? What's the theme of your life? This is generally a word, okay? You got to choose a theme for your spiritual journey. This is a word that will allow you to expound upon it, which means it is going to transcend the concept of you, actually. This is going to be your character development. You guys get that? Give me a thumbs up if you get that. Okay. So courage, who's coming up in terms of courage? For me, it's like Mangala or Mars from the Hindu pantheon, right? Like that's a word that came up. Maybe like the elemental king of fire, King Jin comes up. Or maybe even like Alexander the Great or something, right? Like what brings up courage in your mind, right? Or some being Hercules. Okay. So you just start here, bro, like a mind map, right? Or Chica, whoever you are, who asked, okay? So Hercules, King Jin, Mangala, right? Let's say that these three, and you really want to integrate them, okay? Now the question is, how are you going to integrate them, right? And this comes through your specific motivation. Is this a warrior archetype? Is this a lover archetype? Is this a magician archetype? Right? For a magician archetype, you can blend Hermes and Odin. Oh, I mean, Hermes or Odin, right? For communication, flow, right? You can, let's say you want to invoke the lover energy with Aphrodite because you want to get deeper, channel a deeper relationship with yourself and others, right? Or you can channel Horus to make you very decisive, right? So it's first things first, okay? With this process, I'm just going to give you a quick roadmap, but you got to join the ADEPS program if you want more details, okay? Because we ask the deities actually that we work with too, all this stuff. So get into binaural beats or Hemisync, okay? Type in Hemisync and go through that deeper brainwave relaxation. And in that state, you notice this archetype, this word before you, courage, standing right before you. You notice the stance, the aura, the energy. You engage your feet, your senses fully. What does their presence feel, look, or sound like? So try it with me. I'm now both Mars and the warrior archetype. Courage is currently flowing through my veins, right? You do this with any energy. Through Horus, I see with clarity, okay? Because Horus is a warrior king. You get that? So that's tapping into the martial arts energy for me as well. And it's very interesting because you can also use visual triggers, right? We create these light codes with ChatGPT and incense, music, wearing even jewelry, like sometimes like the rings or pendants or different even mala colors or um has an intention, you know what I mean? So that's how you really want to figure out how to invoke it and use Raikov, right? What is Raikov? Raikov is a method where you imagine you're putting over the head of another character over your head like a mask, and their brain is fusing with your brain. So it's one dynamic consciousness, right? So now that I see through Horus's falcon eye vision, right, I feel my warrior instincts immediately sharpening. I see, I act, I conquer, right? That energy. Okay. It also taps into my, I don't know why I'm connected to Julius Caesar, but for some reason I am. Okay. But Veni Vidi Vici, this keeps coming up. All right, came, I saw, I conquered. I came, I saw, I conquered. Okay. That's such a rhythm in my brain now that I've fused with it. It is like listening to lightning. You get that? Or like listening to a running stream. That Veni Vidi Vici has gotten so deep into my skin that I am one with it. You know, I was watching the recent Venom movie, right? A little bit weird, kind of strange in some scenes. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect that. But again, that always happens with every Venom movie. I feel like even the last one where he's in the rave with like glow sticks and so forth, and it's Halloween or whatever. Um, yeah, some of you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, like it's so interesting to view it like this, right? Because if it really was like, let's say a symbiote, right? Your shadow was a symbiote that was like it was speaking back to you, right? In your own mind or something, right? As freaky as that is, you really got to think about it, right? They are one with you. You are seeing through that symbiote, you know? Okay, touch okay, so how would you be able to blend them in qualities from rough environments? Good question. And is this Prosper? Is this Golds? Because I'm noticing a new username, bro. What the hell? All right, cool. So from rough environments, you would first of all have to get a really good understanding of that place. Maybe if you can find references for like music that's there and being played in that environment. If you can be sure of things like texture, clothing patterns, things like this, just general like attributes. And then from those attributes, you can prime different characters. So that would be my advice on that. But yeah, all right. Any other questions on this? Nope. Okay. So that would be the process, right? You select archetypes and deities to invoke. Okay, let's say I'm doing a lover archetype, Kamadeva, for more sensuality. Now I invoke Kamadeva to experience deeper levels of ecstasy. Now I use a hypnotic priming, brainwave patterns, Hemisync, Kamadeva mantra, right? It's playing in the background. I'm slowly dissolving into their aura, into their energy. I'm noticing my senses change, the presence changing, the sounds, the sights, the textures, the feeling, right? The body language, even. You'll notice when I channel, my body language changes even at times. Because that is how the being or the deity that I'm invoking would naturally sit in a human form. But again, it's being translated through me, the channeler, right? This it's not really so TPM, my original technology, my book, you can find it on Amazon. Okay. It's about fake it till you make it, that whole approach. That was the world of acting. Now, as I've stepped away from that and more into the mystical side of things, I'm resonating with the fact that the acting technology is acting on acting, as Bruce Lee said, you know, and that is actually a natural unnaturalness that we all have is a part of that holy dynamic of the flow of that life, right? And so we have to understand how to act as Horus or act as Aphrodite to connect deeper, right? So you know how they have anchoring in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, like you touch a different object or you create a mudra or something to instantly reconnect you to something. Like let's say you get into a heightened state, you're feeling so much joy, and then you like squeeze this um your like index finger and pinky together in Gyan Mudra, and you just press it down as you're experiencing that joy. Now you have a joy anchor. Now every time you go like this, it's gonna bring up joy as a reference in your body. And if you do it in repetition enough times every day, now your Gyan Mudra has a joy anchor attached to it. So you actually will enjoy getting spiritual downloads now. Isn't that wild? And isn't that really cool? Right? Like this is the stuff that fascinates me. And this type of reflection also helps me reinforce my own neural network, right? As I make these videos, I might go back and revisit them just to see for topics and how this all evolved, right? Because it all started from somewhere. Some visual trigger, some sigil, you know? You got to imagine your energy, excuse me, returning to a resting state within you, because that makes you available for future access, right? So when you understand your particular character archetype, let's say you want to tap into a Joker energy or Bruce Wayne energy, or something like this, right? You can watch the scene and natural ground to that scene. In Gyan Mudra, you're sitting, you're maybe wiggling your toes, and you're absorbing that scene, right? Now, a lot of kids, they grow up watching a lot of television, but they're secretly being primed because at that young age, your brain is like a sponge. So as they're watching all those cartoons, they're being more goofy and cartoonish in their own beingness, right? And so you have to really understand the mental wirings as you become an adult, because then you start going, wait a second, that thing that I was doing, watching is reinforcing a weird behavior tick, right? Or some weird shadow work to show up right now that isn't relevant to me anymore. So this will bring up, right? So the moment you understand it, you'll notice these thought forms coming up, right? These bubbles of inspiration or ideas coming up. And then you either got to zoom into it or you just got to drop them and scrap them, bro. Like start the project again, right? Because sometimes I have so many of these ideas and they start to stack into these marvelous, whimsical tales, but I don't want to latch onto them too much because I know that that's going to lead to more stagnation, you know? And so I always find a way to refine it further into back into the path again, back into the holistic approach, feeling integrated, feeling connected, feeling right here, right now. Okay. How do I incorporate deities into my chakras, encode them? Um, it might be quite difficult for you to encode them. However, I would say you naturally have deities that resonate with each energy center. So if you imagine each energy center almost like a world that you're entering, right? A different dimension, like a door that you open, right? And you go enter there. So the first room is like the root chakra room or whatever. It's a red room, right? Don't get any ideas, okay? It's a red room. And so you enter, and then there's Ganesha blocking it. Boom. He's the guardian, right? He's going, no, not going to get through me, okay? I'm going to teach you to be grounded. And so you have compassion for this elephant, and then you start working together with this energy, and then bling, right? Elevator forming, sacral door opening, right? And then you go into a different deity's universe. So think of them, yes, they're chakras, but they're different worlds, different Pokeballs, different universes, right? So how do you incorporate deities into your chakras? You would have to find a way to blend a meditative visualization that you're doing when you meditate on that chakra. And usually there are different frequencies associated with each chakra point, right? So you could play like solar plexus chakra and then maybe have Montu's Akadua in the background or whatever, right? And now you're like fusing with Montu or your solar plexus. right? And that would be one way of like encoding the energy, at least in your subconscious, right? Because this is all happening there, right? We're just figuring out smarter ways and strategies to do this, okay? To not overcomplicate things, but actually make this a fun journey, right? Why has magic become so serious? Or like, why is this process? I wouldn't even call it magic, right? It's like neuromagic. It's like, what is this thing, guys? It's Primal Sutra. That's what it is, right? We don't have a word for it, but it is what it is. It's a new thing. And that's why I'm so involved in it, because I'm learning more about it each and every day. It's inspiring me. And so it's for sure inspiring you guys, right? Like this baffles me each and every day, guys, this whole process, but it works. It really works, right? Also, Cozy or Golds, I would avoid using the word killing the boy ego, right? Because you're not really killing him, are you? You're healing him, right? And then the man ego takes over or evolves, it matures, right? So it's not really a killing. A lot of people use that term, though, I know. Kill the inner child. Yo, your inner child needs more love, bro. You know? But yeah, you healed your inner child, and then the man appeared because you burned the boats. You forgave your mother and father. You did what you needed to do. You hold no resentment towards anybody. You begin to tap into your fearlessness, but you also know when to set boundaries. Okay? There's a reason I was titled the Gatekeeper, right? It's not a very simple task, right? It's not like working at Walmart, okay? It's a very deep metaphysical responsibility. And so I sit here speaking about this path, finding ways to blend high peak performance, spirituality as a way of life, not a party trick, not something cool that you do to impress your friends, but a living syncretism. Okay. All right. Any other questions, guys? That's a great question, by the way, Tetsuo and Golds. Fully amazing. Fully amazing. Okay. What's happening? Also, I really wanted to speak a little bit. I don't know why this is coming up again, but I really got to mention it. Okay. You guys really got to step away from this mainstream way that they view twin flames and karmic ties and all this stuff. Okay. And I'm telling you this from a good place, a good measure. A lot of people, they cling to the titles of things. She's my twin flame, not even understanding it's backmasked, right? With a hidden agenda. So don't go writing your own, fairy tale yet. Yet. There are stages that come before that. Okay. So, one thing that I would highly, highly recommend is you want to deeply understand yourself on a spiritually intelligent level. Okay. You got to see yourself how these astral beings and entities see you. How do they see you? Do they laugh at you? Right? Are they entertained? Are they creeped out a bit? Are they in joy? Are they in awe of you? Mm. Are they just very simple towards you? Can they get complex? Right? These are relationships, my friend. So when I talk about, a relationship, it's deep, bro. Right? These are not one night stands with deities, okay? Like we're not doing like a Tinder hookup version of spirituality, right? Quick lays and the fastest ways. Tantric fuck boys, right? This is figuring out that the puzzle has already been solved. It's your flow. It's your flow blueprint. It's the Tao. It's you before any conditioning. It's your preconscious mind. It's the zero. It's where you pause the video game and take a chill pill, right? And I think by getting our energy back, we're realizing the true strength of Orgone October because I feel it. After my birthday, I had this giant awakening again, once again. I think it was sire osmosis, but dragonflies, right? Yeah. Iraj says they're ready to help. They're ready to help me. They want to help me so bad, but I'm distracted. Tonight's the night. Now's the moment. They want to merge with you. Yep, exactly. And like once you're merged with them, right, you will notice yourself kind of weaving in and out as you're doing a task throughout the day, not in a strange way. Like don't lose grip of reality, right? That's really important that you don't lose a grip of your own reality. You understand, right? You had some things that would ground you, right? Even when you were tripping, you had things that grounded you, right? Different things, like different textures. So you always got to find ways to lock in like that as well. Yeah, infinity stones. That's a great visualization. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, creating your own way of looking at the chakra map for you in your own unique patterns. Like mine, I would maybe imagine like water in each of the chakras, and they're all just like floating orbs like this. Um, or other times I imagine it just like a beam of white pure light just going through like, and other times I mentioned a use of the Merkaba, right? So I watch it spin and so forth. Initially, it was a roller coaster, but now I've gotten a good hang of it. That's good, man. Yeah, in the beginning, I remember I was taken around for a spin because I didn't have that. I felt like I didn't have that spiritual control. Like I just love to dabble. You know what I mean? In these different worlds. Lava lamp, yeah. Mm, yeah. The chakra lava lamps all going like they shine out, right? And then they become like lava lamps going up. So yeah, give your chakras a metaphor, right? Give it an imagery, give it a metaphor, and understand that you're not here to just whimsically dabble with it. You're there to find the rules, right? And the rules are very simple. It's very straightforward. Prepare foundation, connect with archetypes, daily flow rituals and shadow work. Just, live in harmony. Just surrender to that vibe and make it your dominant frequency. And slowly enough, you harmonize your life with your essence, with your spiritual theme, and it becomes so beautiful. It's a beautiful life. It's an absolutely beautiful life when you can access this and understand it. Like on a deep level, you guys are seeing how flow state has changed my life absolutely, like forever, right, guys? And it's just a concept, it's just an idea, but an idea can spark revolution, as we learned from V for Vendetta. Great movie, by the way, right? It's an idea, okay? A third idea, third idea, third idea, T. See how beautiful words are, right? So, any other questions, guys? unless we can wrap it up right here by understanding how to live limitless. If you guys have ever watched the movie Limitless, you notice when Bradley Cooper takes that NZT-48, that pill, right? His pupils dilate or whatever, you see the brain activity going bonkers, right? Now, I had created an NZT-48 sound file a while ago, and this, oh man, look up Shellism Tones, NZT-48, right? I created this file so to reproduce that feeling in Limitless, right? Originally. And it was a very deep project. But it was really experimental at the time because I was messing around with like what can really spark you into that alpha theta bridge and really make you super wired into this, right? Wired into the present moment with what you're doing. And then you start noticing this object and you understand more things about the object. Let's say 2 minutes have passed and you've noticed like 17 different things about this one simple object that you've looked at, right? Okay, that's a very good topic. Thank you. Thank you, Tetsuo. Raj. Well, I'll call you both. Primal Waters, I'll call you, okay? So I would say in 5D, there's not really a perception of us versus them, right? It's a dog eat dog world, right? Love is just an emotion in the 5D. It becomes a frequency you radiate, essentially. That's at least how I see it, you know? So this is kind of a alchemical self-transmutation, right? Every trigger is an invitation for growth. And when you let go of the need to control the outcome, divine timing paves the way for the natural flow state of being. So you act as a co-creator with God. You see? You start aligning actions with your highest purpose in the 5D. So 5D would just be, a deeper, more intuitive knowing, maybe more spontaneous joy and gratitude, things like this, right? Enhanced synchronicities. And, mind-heart coherence, I would say, even to some aspect. And isn't that what we're doing? We're slowly hybridizing this into our own ways. We're clearing our energy fields from lower vibrations slowly, right? Slowly but surely, okay? There are times where it pulls you back and you got to do the extra shadow work. We got to learn from it. This is a bungee cord game. You got to go up and down and up. It's not like don't think of it like bipolar, okay? It's not like boing, boing, like in a day or in a week. But what I am saying is there's a roller coaster ride aspect to this thing because it's very like when you're in a heart-centered space, you've now immediately connected with the collective unconscious, right? With everybody's collective unconscious. So then this offers you kind of a personal peace, but then you are also now a light that influences the world around you. So imagine being a radiance, a light being, an emanating light being that starts to cause world ripples across the planet to heal, right? So that's kind of heart-based 5D consciousness. It's more or less about thinking and more about being. I wouldn't say feeling because, again, you don't want to overfeel just like you overthink, right? I understand overthinking is underfeeling. We get it. But also, what is overfeeling? Oversensitizing, right? Letting the emotions cloud our judgment and our decision making. That's when it becomes an issue, right? So don't take it personally, take note of it, and then follow through. Okay? We can't take things personally, especially when we're getting these, advice from our spirit guides. Can't let that get to you, man. That's just their perspective, right? And you got to respect it, of course, just like you respect people. You got to respect their opinions, right? So, but you can't take it personally because they're not talking to the persona. You get that? They're talking to your soul, my friend. They're talking to the very divine essence of you. They're speaking to that. They're connecting to that. Human self can come up with all sorts of rationalizations, judgments, excuses, fathomable, unfathomable ways that it preserves and protects itself and its own ego, so it avoids crumbling down and grips towards its own idea of perfection and sanity and all these false sense of control and all these things. Yeah, we get it. We get it. But also, there's the one that holds all of that. That's what I'm interested in, right? Waking, dreaming, sleeping. Here's the fourth one. And I'm the man who lives in all three cities. Surya, the fourth state of consciousness. My dog Ouroboros, yeah. That's my dog. Ouroboros. Yeah, cool. How do you guys like this new drip? Huh? I'm from Thailand, you know what I'm saying? Got the archetype going. The priest beast has begun. The season has begun. This is a time for change, for transformation, for removal of old gunk, old patterns, different storylines. Man, we're gonna let go, man. We're gonna let go of so much gunk and we're gonna come out shining, bro. I can already feel it, right? You guys notice like you're just letting go of stuff, right? You're just like, I'm gonna get rid of old clothes or move this or change this around, right? I want to try this new thing. That seems like it would really align with me. Fits the style, looking fly. Yeah, man. Also, I've been I've been getting thank you, bro. I've been getting looks maxing advice from Sanat Kumaro, his energy. So I've been trying to get more of a youthful exuberance going uh with my energy. However, I'm still experimenting with it, obviously. So it's not there yet. It's not perfect, but it's starting to set the trends. Like, don't I look different right now? Right? After this trip, I look totally transformed, huh? I mean, some people won't recognize it. They're just like, that's just assume I just know him as Uncle Makara forever, right? I just know him as Dr. Scripps forever. Okay. To you, I don't think you're looking deeper, right? Because there's an aura, there's a difference, there's a certain tweak, there's a change of consciousness. There's always change, right? But we've got to observe the change and then we'll start to measure it. If we don't observe the change, how are we going to measure it, the change, right? So it's about observing yourself before and after. Priyadarshan. Yeah. Thank you, bro. But yeah, I'm understanding that this is now becoming less of a character, more of an archetype, the priest beast, right? Because it's like that's our symbiote. You get that? That's our venom. That latches onto you. It's going to enhance you, right? In a different way. It's going to venomize you. It's going to give you that edge. Okay, Venom is a bad example, but the movie's fresh in my mind, bro. What can I say? Okay, it's like taking the red pill, right? It's becoming Neo, the one. Because then you're wired in, you're tapped in, you understand how to stop bullets. Okay, not literally. Don't read the disclaimer, bro. Right, man. We don't know nowadays, right? Kids on the internet be doing weird shit, listen to something off of video, trusting it is 100%, endangering their own lives, right? I don't want to be the grown up that does that, right? I don't want to be the party pooping adult, okay? That comes in as all right, guys, we got to wrap it up, okay? All right, fun's over, right? Nobody wants to be that guy. Well, we got to do it at times, right? Like someone's being too loud next door or something, and then your people pleaser hat goes on. Like maybe I'll just let them ruin my sleep for an extra hour or two. You know, some of you guys are like that, and I get it. That's how you were raised. Be super polite, be super, nice to everybody. But when it comes down to speaking your mind, to holding your fort, hold and protect your fort, soldier. Trust your gut instinct. But also, don't just trust your gut instinct because it's linked to the emotional part of your brain, bro. The CIA teaches operatives not to trust their gut without further analysis. Okay, this is why the mind-heart coherence is so key, right? It's not about 100% logic. It's not about 100% just going with the emotions. It's about remaining centered and making decisions from that 0 point, from an empowered place, from a slightly above neutral space in your heart that expands you into the new reality. Okay? You guys see this post? Yeah, you guys saw it. Nice. Trust the flow. It's just you switching to a better timeline, right? This is, by the way, this is the IMAX of Sion Paragon. That's how it looks. The ceiling, like these lasers. Really cool. I thought, man, I gotta do this. I was all the deities are like, you gotta do this, bro. All right, here we go. Here we go. Right? It's always Mario with me, right? When these deities, they're like, okay, maybe we should try this. I'm like, here we go. Okay. And that's really it. You got to embrace life like that. Yes, and in theater, right? The continuity allows the adventure to expand. Okay. So it's never a goodbye. It's a I'll see you later, alligator. Okay. Uncle Makara back in the building. Let's get an upward spiral gang. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have an incredible day. Guys, I had so much fun in Thailand. Okay. Holding crocodiles paws. Okay, big croc energy. And tapping in, basically tapping in, being so a part of the beautiful, rich heritage. Okay. I'm surprised no one stood up for the national anthem, but maybe I don't know. That's kind of strange. But besides that, I think it's a great place. Really cool, really a lot of valuable insights, profound teachings, even from like you know, the shady streetwalkers, Thailand, the Masa, right? Happy Masa, right? Even that, even that has a spirituality to it, does it not? Are they not using the tones of their voice like a siren to lure in these tourists? Are they not tapping into the banshee um, energy, that Jezebel essence, the spirit of that? Are they not tapping into their internal dark feminine or Lilith, right? And so even something like that, you start to notice it differently using a spiritual pair of eyes. If you were really God playing and creating a character in a video game and you're like, I'm going to be all of these people, right? I'm going to be Mathis, but I'm also going to be Iraj, and I'm also going to be Goals, and I'm going to be Raji, and I'm going to be Claudia, and I'm just naming all our adepts, pharaohs, and I'm going to be Wade, and right, etc., etc. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mention you, man. Okay. We have a bunch more. Okay. It's just not coming up right now. Hey, Ace, who else? Yeah, etc. Okay. So TXL, yeah. All right, so guys. Oh, okay, I didn't read that actually. Do you ever get to a point where you've grown so much you lose self-identity almost? Yikes, I felt that like a literal snake spitting cobra for a second. Venom, yeah. Oh, I see what you meant. Yeah, I mean, yo, this is so amazing because, yeah, so when you were an actor on stage, you have an identity crisis because you start losing connection with you because you've merged into the character so much. And this is a problem with a lot of actors, actually, right? They go in, they go wild, right? Because they have to balance all of these different lives together. but we're finding ways to blend further and further so it's one refined energy. You guys get that? So I'm not like just a Horus worshiper and just like putting all my energy in that. I'm combining these energies, I'm hybridizing and syncretizing these energies to blend into my most natural self, right? I might even work with the framework of my own gene keys or astrology or, a core wounds bioenergetics profile, right? And I'm blending all of it together to create my own unique essence, my own unique archetype to move in this world, right? With more dynamism and also connect with a metaphysical one. And I think that's where a lot of people's characters are like, yeah, I want to be an entrepreneur, but an entrepreneur who's connected to Buddha Haruka and, is the living essence of Shakyamuni is a very different vibe, right? They're just a natural, you know, hey man, you know, let's go make another 100 million or whatever, that guy, right? Without any connection to the divine. So this is the difference, guys. And all of these people are doing this stuff behind the scenes anyways, right? The elites, the big names, the people. How do you think they keep, you know, formulating these big events on these big days, astrologically speaking? Everything is pre-planned. We already know this. This is a one big video game, right? When we're all playing giant mental chess with each other or something, right? But hey, why not play checkers sometimes, right? Why do you got to use your intellect and cut so many slices into your own reality? Just let it breathe. Give it room to breathe. Create spaciousness. Become Shiva. Then you master all of it, right? All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. This was incredible, huh? This was just flowing off the top of my head. Um, but beautiful, beautiful. Instant visuals. Amazing. All right, guys. Peace and love. Many blessings. Upward spiral gang. May we never be the same again. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. May you never be the same again. Os.